Does your back hurt more after waking up? Do you feel sore and stiff and in so much pain that you don't even want to get out of bed? Like, what's even going on here? Aren't we supposed to be rested in the morning, refreshed, and instead we wake up feeling worse than the night before? Like, come on, life. We don't have enough problems to deal with? I struggled with chronic back pain for more than 10 years, so I've had my fair share of bad mornings. Luckily, I learned a few tricks that make the situation easier. Morning soreness is one of the weirdest things about chronic back pain. If you're a back pain veteran, you know this already. If this is your first time around the block, you're probably very surprised and also probably deeply annoyed. In this video, we will see why back pain is worse in the morning, and also we will explore 8 ways in which you can wake up like a normal person again. Okay, first of all, how is this even possible? What's going on here? The main reasons are all related to inflammation. That's why your back hurts in the first place, because the levels of inflammation are actually higher than they need to be. And when you sleep, your joints are not moving, you're stiff the whole time, and this can also raise inflammation overnight. Your body's natural anti-inflammatory hormone, cortisol, is the lowest in the morning, and this also contributes to the issue. And it's also possible that your entire sleep setup and environment is all wrong. We'll go into more detail about this later. So there's a lot going on here, but luckily there are several important and effective ways in which you can address this problem. These are the 8 best ways you can address morning back pain. The last one is actually a solution in a way. It's like how to resolve the thing forever. The first few things are quick fixes that you can start applying immediately. The last one is what you need to do long term to get rid of this problem. Okay, let's do this. Number 1 is actually water. And this specifically means drinking some water before going to bed. Now, on the surface, this is actually bad sleep advice. But the water is gonna help hydrate your joints in a way, and it's gonna prevent inflammation to rising to like skyrocketing levels. But isn't water gonna maybe make you get up during the middle of the night to use the toilet? Well, yeah, that can happen, and hopefully it does. This is actually how I discovered the first hack to reducing or even eliminating morning back pain. So I usually didn't drink fluids before going to bed, and one night we kind of had like a lot of food. I drank a lot of water before going to bed, and I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And I noticed that the next morning I had almost no back pain, which was very strange because the back pain during that entire period was really intense, especially in the morning. And this leads me to point number 2, which is actually setting an alarm in the middle of the night. This is really bad sleep advice, but it's great morning back pain advice. Just set a quick alarm that's gonna wake you up somewhere in the middle of the night. Don't wake yourself up entirely. What I used to do is like once I figured out like can this be like the issue if I just get up in the middle of the night, maybe slightly move around my body and go back into bed, my back is not gonna hurt as much. And this turned out to be like surprisingly effective. So try this for a few nights at least. Set the alarm for exactly in the middle of the night. Go to bed, have the alarm wake you up, and just gently, slowly get around. Like maybe go to the toilet if you have to. You don't necessarily have to. Try to get back into your bed like really quickly. I'm talking like maybe 15 or 30 seconds. Don't wake yourself up like you want to get a good night's sleep. This will interrupt your sleep a little bit, but if you can go back to sleep quickly, this is going to be like super helpful. You probably will notice that surprisingly in the morning you don't feel as much pain. Once I started doing this, morning back pain wasn't so vicious anymore. I didn't fear waking up. And this leads us to point number 3, which is maybe you want to split up your sleep, or maybe you want to take some sort of a nap in the afternoon. Again, like this is bad sleep advice in general, but if you're healing your back, it's gonna probably be more valuable to you to not be in pain during the day, and you can suffer a period of, let's say, like mediocre or even poor sleep for a while. But once you figure out the pain in general, once you start solving the puzzle completely, which we'll talk about soon, you're gonna get back in your regular sleep schedule and you're not gonna wake up in pain anymore. So during the meantime, I think it can be very useful to split up your sleep in maybe like a few sections. Like definitely try the alarm thing. Sometimes I used to sleep like, let's say 6 hours during the night, and maybe like a full hour or two in the afternoon after I got back home from work. Try experimenting with things like this, because what hurts your back in the morning is actually prolonged sleep intervals and times where you're not moving your body at all. If you can split that up or somehow reduce that time, I think you're gonna notice like your morning back pain levels are completely dropping. Okay, next is sleep positions. Now let's not start a flame war in the comments. Let's not do another like crazy internet debate. I know this is subjective. Personally, I think the best way to sleep for back pain is on your side. If you can sleep on your back, I think that may also be good for you. Generally, I can't really sleep on my back. I get the best sleep on either side. In any case, I don't think you should sleep on your stomach for back pain. Like, that's probably the only big no-no here. Sleeping on your back can be difficult, but I think there's also like right ways and wrong ways to go about any of the positions, which brings us to the next point, which is sleep setup and sleep aids. So first of all, you want to sleep in a cool room, not like freezing cold. I think that can also be bad for your back, but you should aim for like, you know, a cool late spring environment. So choose your blankets appropriately. I do believe that pillows should be used for most people. I cannot sleep without pillow. If you're one of those people who sleep without a pillow, like, I guess like confess to all of your crimes and turn yourself into the police. But no, seriously, if that's your thing, like, honestly, the best approach here is to experiment. But if you want to save some time, I think the best way is to sleep on your side with a pillow. And you also want to put like some sort of a thing between your knees, like some object that's going to prevent your knees from touching. This is actually like more important than you think. It's going to properly align your spine, your hips, like everything in your body. This is going to be really helpful. Maybe you can put like a small pillow or another like wrapped cloth or some other like soft object. It doesn't have to be like really big, but try experiment with this. This is like a proven hack at this point. Like pretty much everyone knows about this, but definitely try this. I think it's really helpful to prevent morning back pain. The next thing that you should do to stop waking up with back pain in the morning, and this one is not exactly a hack because it goes into the direction of a permanent solution, is to strengthen your core and your muscles in your back and your abs and, you know, generally the muscles that help you maintain an upright posture. And this is especially useful if you sleep on your side, because what you may find if you sleep on the side is that maybe your back doesn't hurt in the morning, but your sides start to hurt, like the pain starts migrating. And this is actually really typical of chronic pain. You're gonna notice like it shifts. It's not really like in one place specifically. Maybe it's gonna go from like, let's say your lower back to the side, and it's gonna be worse at some times and better during other times. But if you strengthen the muscles in your core, and again, like don't ignore the obliques, the sides, like these are very important. If you sleep on your sides, especially, once I started like strengthening those muscles, and I was sleeping on the side for the longest time, and I was waking up with pain in my sides, and once I started strengthening those muscles, it was like the pain almost went away in the morning. This was one of the key discoveries I made. Like, and this is like really easy. You don't even need to like kill yourself in the gym. Just like a few sets, a few reps every day, like 4 sets of 20, you know, maybe do like some of the side crunches, you know, the bicycle works, like any exercise that targets the obliques and the sides is going to be really massively helpful here. And also pay attention to the abs. You want them strong as well, as well as the muscles in your lower back. I can almost promise you, like, if you do this, if you strengthen these muscles, your sleep is going to improve like massively. You're not even going to believe that was the answer all along. And next, also very important, I discovered, at least for me, that if I don't eat carbs, especially before bed, my back pretty much doesn't hurt at all. Like, I kind of discovered this by accident. I talk a lot about this in my other content. I talk about this in my book as well, which, by the way, I have a free book on back pain. You should definitely check it out, completely free. Link to it is in the pinned comment or description. I go over like how I kind of stumbled upon the effects that diet and exercise have on my back pain. Once you address this, once you fix this, like, your back pain is gonna start slowly diminishing, and your morning back pain is probably gonna go away, if I'm being honest. This is related to inflammation. Carbohydrates are known to increase inflammation. For me personally, what I discovered was cutting carbs, sticking to some sort of a low carb, maybe even a keto diet. This is practically like when my morning back pain went away. And if you can't cut carbs, maybe try at least like to have them in the morning. Maybe experiment at least with not eating carbs before bed. And the final way to address morning back pain is, believe it or not, to actually heal. This is something that's possible. A lot of doctors are going to tell you like you cannot heal back pain. I don't know. I went 10 years through a lot of back pain, and for the last 2 years, I've pretty much had no back pain at all. So you can be the judge of that. For me, I think I found like strategies that work great for me. If you address like the root problem, if you solve back pain, of course you're not gonna have morning back pain. It's the same thing. It's except like in the mornings, it's probably the worst during the entire day. So work on solving this problem. As I said, like a lot of the solution is gonna be minding your diet, your exercise, and there's another key thing you should do if you want to find what that is. Definitely check out the video that's gonna appear around here. My name is Mate from Real Deal Heal. Like this video if you like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell thing. If you have back pain, I think you're gonna find the resources I published like very useful. Share this with anyone who's struggling with back pain as well if you know of such a person. And yeah, if you have like comments or questions, the comment section is for you. I'll try to get to all of them. If you want to keep binging on videos that are good for your back pain, the video that's gonna appear here is probably gonna be a good choice. Check out the book, like don't forget to check it out. It's completely free, and I talk a lot about what I tried, what I didn't try, what worked, what didn't work, and how you can apply these strategies yourself for your own context and situation. So I'll see you in another video. Until then, be brave.